So today, working on 1998 Mazda 626, I think, with a V6, and we're changing the alternator. So what you do is you drop down that AC pump with 4 bolts, take out the fan shroud with 3 bolts, take off the wiring loom thing right here with 2 bolts, or no, just 1, and then a little clip. Then you unbolt the top of it, which is this little bolt. That wasn't too easy, but not too bad. And then just take off this big, huge bolt. You have to loosen it. You really should loosen it because it rotates out and slides out. And then get a friend to help you take apart the electronics. This is one of the bolts that was holding the electronics on. That's why it's a 2-person job for that, definitely. But not too bad. That's definitely probably the easiest way to take apart the alternator on this car. Looked at a few videos of how to do it, and it looks difficult, but we're giving it a shot because this car keeps dying. And we're college students, so we only have a few good tools. So we're gonna try to do it a little bit more of a cheap way and easy way, so that you don't have to be professional or whatever. Try to figure out the better way. So there that is. That's it up there. Try to figure out an easy way to get that out, and the most difficult part is actually getting it out. And some people say you have to like remove the radiator and stuff, so we'll find out. So we're starting with just taking off this under tray right here, just so we can look at everything, get a clear picture, and see what the best option is. So pulled that off, and just looking at it, looks like the easiest way to do it would definitely just be to pull off this AC pump and then get the alternator out from above that. And I think that's gonna work, and it looks like it'd definitely be one of the easier ways to do it. Especially when the videos I saw were taking apart, the engine mounts, taking off exhaust and stuff. This looks way simpler. And so there's 1 bolt here, 1 bolt there. There's 2 bolts up on top of this thing somewhere. If I can get that little guy. You pull that out, and then there's 1 over there, and that's just about all of them in the AC pump. The AC pump down. Just rested on this box for now. As you can see, we have a very nice clear shot of the alternator now. I guess this might only have 1 belt actually, so it won't be too hard to get back together. So for the top part of it, there's just 1 bolt right there, I think. And that will be really fun to get off. I think that's all that holds it on from the top. Camera in a little bit. Just that one, and then we'll look at the bottom, try to figure out what the heck holds that part on. Alright, so we got the top bolt out. Next step is to take the bottom bolt out, over the other side, right over there, and I'll drop that out, and hopefully that'll be the last bolt. Alright, so if you look here, we got the alternator off. It's really dirty, so that's probably why it's not working anymore. I couldn't really film that because it was horrible to take apart. But I guess first thing I'll say is, to get it off, we had to take this fan up and off. There's 3 bolts, 1 here, 1 on the side, and then 1 down below. And that's because to take this thing off, you have to like rotate it and force it out. And so that wasn't too bad. Just a quick takeout thing. Wasn't actually too bad doing it this way. Much easier than the ways that I saw people doing it. It's just, you had to like wiggle it out of that little slot thing up there. The hardest thing, and once we took the fan shroud off, that made it much easier because it just slid it out of there. Here's all the connections for it, right there. And that I had to get 2 people because I dropped it down. I dropped it down first, and then disconnected it, and I was able to do that because I took apart this weird wiring thing right here. That big strip. It usually is like bolted right along up here. And I took that off, and so then it was able to swing down with alternator. got the new alternator, as you can see. Big difference. So, I'm just gonna go about putting this thing back in. And it slides right up in here. So just the one big bolt in there. And then we'll slide it in there. I'll connect the connections first. They're hanging down on this it's the rail I was talking about. Then you bolt it back up. So I'll hook it on first, slide it up here, put that bottom bolt in so it stays up in this little thing right here. Then twist it up, hook it on the top bolt, then I'll pull this fan back down and put it back on. And then we'll throw this thing back up in there. Got all those bolts tightened up, so that's nice and snug now. So the next step is going to be putting that AC compressor down there on and up. And as we do that, I'll also be throwing the belt on. So I real quick just wanted to go and show how the belt's supposed to look, because you don't want to mess this up. So here's the main pulley. The tensioner, you go on the bottom of it. And if you go on the top, your belt won't be tight enough and you won't be able to tighten it. But in order to get this belt on and get it snugged up, it's nice and really tight, you gotta put it on the bottom, and then you loosen this nut, just like a turn, 2 turns maybe, whatever. And then you can loosen the top part up here. Loosen this nut. Either take it all the way out or just loosen it a little bit, and then it will allow the pulley to slide up and down just enough to get this one wedged on there. And then you can tighten everything up, torque these things on, and then retighten the main pulley bolt. After you do this one first, tighten this one and then tighten the main pulley, and then all things are on. So that's the step we're on now. The last thing we gotta do is put this fan in. That's just 3 bolts, it slides in here. The fan shroud is back in. Doesn't take too long, it's just the 1 bolt here, 1 bolt on the side right there, and then 1 that you get to from down below. You can see it way down there. So that's not too difficult. Just put that right back in. So the only thing I have left to do is to throw that under tree back in. That's just 5 bolts. You saw me take off. 1 right here. And here. There's 1 right here, that's right. And then 2 more. 1 over there, and 1 right here. So thanks for watching. And see you next time, I guess.